All right, show of hands. Who's played a board game in the past month? Board game, party game? Wow, that's great, like half of us. Okay, now keep your hands up if you've played one in the past week. Just want to get an idea of what we're talking to. Okay, about 10% right now. Okay, that's actually better than I expected. That's great. So most board games, most adults don't play board games on a regular basis, but of course it intuitively makes sense that children would do so, right? And numerous studies back this up, including a recent one by a neuroscientist at UC Berkeley, who did a study looking at the effect of board games. And the way the study was constructed is children in grades 2 to 4 played board games they rotated through, commercially available board games, for 75 minutes, twice a week, for 8 weeks. So that's just 20 hours of playing board games during the course of the study. And what they found was that playing games that are more puzzle-type games like Quirkle and Rush Hour, well, they increase the brain power that they're working on for processing by 32%. That's astounding. Now that's equivalent to about a 13-point increase in IQ compared to 12, which is what most people would get an entire year. And speed games like Blink and Perfection, you remember Perfection, the game that gives you a heart attack when it pops up when the timer runs out? Well, they increase processing speeds of up to 27% during that time. And in another unrelated study at the Rush Alzheimer's Disease Center, they looked at the elderly who engaged in thinking type of activities and games, and they found that it correlated to a 47% reduction in risk for Alzheimer's, which is just an amazing amount. But what does that mean for the rest of us? So for the rest of us, we're looking at the social benefits of playing board games are immense. Not only do they give you a chance to practice your verbal communication skills, but they also reinforce really good life skills like how to be a good loser or a good winner, but also how to take your time with other people. And that's something everyone can benefit from. Couples can benefit from playing board games too. When my wife and I, we try to play a game several times a week if we can, usually cooperative games where we work together rather than against each other because, well, it's safer that way. But don't get me started about the money, because a family of 4 going to a movie, 2 hours of entertainment costs about $40. And console video games that can cost $50 or $60, my 2 boys can get through one of those in just one weekend, or sometimes even a single day, and that's really frustrating because that money can be put towards buying a board game, which has an extremely long shelf life, of course a literal shelf life. I have board games that I've been playing for over 20 years that I still play semi-regularly, and that's practically like playing Pong today. So with all these great reasons to play board games, why do so many adults stop playing? Well, maybe it's because you're not competitive, or maybe strategy and math isn't your thing, or maybe you just have horrible memories of going bankrupt playing Monopoly as a kid. You know, that happens. But I'm here to tell you it gets better, because today's board game market is nothing like you might remember from your childhood. There are so many diverse and interesting games on the market right now that I'm sure you'll find something that'll catch your interest. And I just want to talk about a few of those. So this one here is Hanabi. It is a cooperative card game that you play with other players as you build a magnificent fireworks display. But the trick of the game is you actually hold your hand of cards facing the other players and have to rely on the clues they tell you so you can play your cards in the right order. Now, Hanabi won the 2012 Game of the Year award, and it is well deserved. It has everything going for it. It's inexpensive, it's easy to play, easy to learn, takes about 20 minutes, and is highly strategic and is highly portable. My wife and I like to bring this to restaurants and play it while we're waiting for food, which really freaks out the waiters. And this is Pandemic. It's another great game. It's a cooperative game where you race to save humanity from the threat of a global outbreak. And the little cubes in the game even come in their own little petri dishes, which is really cute. Now, Pandemic combines strategy and luck to create nearly endless playability, endless replayability, because it's a fantastic game when you don't mind losing, because losing is just as much fun as winning. And you can customize the difficulty of the game depending on how many epidemic cards you put into the deck. And one final example out of thousands, and my personal favorite game, is Agricola. And this hardcore, highly strategic game is about farming, which may not be an interesting topic for a lot of people, but let me tell you, this game has very little luck in it, and it is really puts your brain to the extreme. Because you have to plow fields, plant grains, remodel your home, expand your home, have kids, get a job on the side, build fences and stables to hold farm animals, breed those farm animals, and ensure that you have enough crops to feed your entire family, or your children have to go begging for food and you will lose the game. But it's a lot of fun. So do yourself and your family a favor by making a commitment to play more board games. There's a whole world of excitement and fun adventures out there. And a lot of us board gamers are waiting here with open arms to welcome you to our community. So give it a shot, because you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And if you want to get started this weekend, then join me at my house tomorrow night for my monthly potluck and board game night. Thank you.